Hey, my name is Steven Bransfield, and right now I'm shooting this video from sunny South Miami, Florida. And if you've been following me for some time now, you'll know that 12 months ago, my life changed forever. In this video, I'm gonna share with you how it all started and how one decision allowed me to travel to 22 different countries, build a six-figure business, and drive the car of my dreams. 1 year ago, I was going to school at the University of South Florida, and while sitting in business marketing class one day, I had a wake-up call. I knew that if I wanted to be successful, then I needed to learn a skill set that made me different from everybody else. A skill that would separate me from the pack and make me more valuable. I had always been interested in marketing, and that's when I went online to find out how I could use marketing to build my own online successful business. That's when I found out about direct response marketing, and I instantly became hooked. I wanted to master it as quickly as possible so that I could start applying it and selling products online. But I knew that if I wanted to shortcut my path to success, then I needed to find a mentor. At the time, my college professor didn't even have a clue about what direct response marketing was. And that's when I knew I needed to find someone in the real world who was using it for their own online business. That's when in early March of 2015, I connected with a guy named Matt Lloyd. He was in his early 20s just like me, but he had already generated over $100 million in sales online. That's when it all started to make sense for me. If I could get Matt to hire me, I would be able to learn all of his secrets and how he used direct response marketing to build a 9-figure business. So I reached out to Matt in early March, and we ended up having a conversation about how he was looking for a marketing assistant to come work side by side with him. I knew right there and then that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If I really wanted to go learn the secrets of building a successful online marketing business, there was no one out there more qualified than Matt to show me how to do it. But before even considering letting me take that position, Matt threw some very difficult tasks at me. For nearly 2 days, I didn't sleep because I was trying to get them all done so that I could secure my spot as Matt Lloyd's marketing assistant. I would later find out that those tasks he gave me were just tests to see if I would give in or complain. So after passing in the tasks, Matt and I had a quick conversation where he told me I got the job. However, there were a few conditions to the position being offered. Number one, the hours would be long. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week was the minimum. Number two, I would have to leave school and relocate to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where the company was based. And number three, Matt would not pay for the plane ticket to go out, and I was on a trial period for the first 90 days. At the time, I was just a broke college student. I had $1,300 left to my name. Yet I knew one thing. I knew that the biggest risk you can take in your life today is not taking any risk at all. And this was the opportunity that I had been looking for. I knew that if I wanted change in my life, then I needed to make that decision myself. And that's exactly what I did. Within 48 hours, I spent $1,200 on a plane ticket to Malaysia, packed up all my clothing into a small suitcase, said goodbye to my friends and family, and I boarded a one-way flight to the other side of the world with just $100 left to my name. Most people say they want to be successful, but when it comes down to it, when it comes down to dropping out of school, risking everything, and flying to Malaysia to learn from someone who already has what you want, most people won't do that. Even 12 months later, looking back on it, I am still shocked that I had the guts to just risk everything and go for it all. But as I said, the biggest risk you can take in your life right now is not taking any risk at all. And I'm so thankful now that I was able to take such a big risk, burn the boats, and go out there and make it happen. When I got to Malaysia, I didn't have much. I had $100 left in my bank account, a backpack filled with a couple t-shirts and shorts, and my laptop. I didn't even have money for an apartment, so for the first 3 months of living there, I slept on Matt's couch. But I did have one thing. I had my drive and I had a burning desire for change and success. I knew from the day that I left everything behind in Tampa, Florida, and flew to the other side of the world to Malaysia, that I would truly be starting a new chapter of my life. Over the next 8 months, I would work 100 hours per week on marketing campaigns with Matt. By doing this, I was able to acquire the insight of what it takes to run a successful online business. I would learn the systems, strategies, and people that needed to be in place in order for everything to run smoothly. In just 8 months, I learned more about direct response marketing than I would have attending school for 12 years. You see, college taught me brand marketing. Matt taught me how to take a stranger on the internet, turn them into a paying customer, and have them buy from you over and over again. I have been able to use the techniques and strategies that I learned from Matt to build a completely automated and sustainable online business. A business that has allowed me to make more than $16,000 in a single day. So where am I at now? Well, 12 months later, I've been able to speak and train with thousands of entrepreneurs all around the world on how to grow their businesses using powerful social media strategies that I picked up along the way. I've traveled to over 22 different countries, and just last weekend I was able to train and speak with over 250 entrepreneurs from all around the world in Mexico. And on top of all of it, I actually got to get a free car through a program that Matt and Mob offers called Mob Motors. Mob Motors is an incentive program where you get a free car for promoting their products and services. I actually got a BMW 335, and the reason that I chose a BMW is because a couple years ago, when I first got started out, I would actually go to the BMW dealership and test drive the cars. So from that day, I always knew that I wanted to get a BMW, and I attracted it into my life. So before this video ends, I want to tell you 3 key takeaways that I've learned over the past 12 months. I firmly believe they will help you reach your goals if you follow them. First, take massive action. When an opportunity presents itself in your life, whether you're ready for it or you aren't, you need to be able to make a quick decision. The reason I left within 48 hours to go to Malaysia is because I knew that if I didn't go for it, if I didn't risk it all, then someone else would have taken my spot. Second, work hard. I realized that a lot of people have this lottery ticket mentality, meaning they think that one day they're just going to wake up and have millions of dollars in their bank account. I can promise you that that is very unlikely, and though the stars do need to align for you to have that lucky break, most successful people attribute their success to finding a mentor and working really hard to accomplish their goals. So the lesson here is when an opportunity presents itself in your life, don't be surprised when it's work that answers the door. And last but not least, in fact, this is the most important one of them all. If you want to be successful, then you need to put yourself in positions where you feel most uncomfortable. Every single day of my life, I try to push myself to the next level. I try to do that one thing that I'm not confident about. If you can get yourself out of your comfort zone, this is where growth happens. This is where you adapt, you mature, and you become a stronger, more rounded individual. That's why moving to Malaysia was such an easy decision for me. It's because I knew that me leaving my entire life behind and moving across the world would be one of the biggest learning experiences of my life, and indeed it was. As Steven Bransfield says in The War of Art, fear is good. Like self-doubt, fear is an indicator. Fear tells us what we have to do. Remember one rule of thumb, the more scared we are of our work or calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it. So to wrap this video up, please understand that I don't tell you my story to impress you. The reason I tell you my story is so that it can act as an inspiration for you to go out there and reach the peak potential that you have in this lifetime. If a 20-year-old kid can drop everything, travel 11,000 miles to the other side of the world to Malaysia, and make it happen, you can too. Talk soon.